dealing with the deepest, darkest crime of gang stalking that I feel could ever be. I know people are dealing with a lot when it comes to these directed energy weapons and things like that, but I've gotten away from a lot of directed energy weapons, but it's just gotten amped up from there to suggest that these people are not only planting things inside of my body through proxy relationships, but they're trying to make the hyperbolic state of mind of a poisoning the crime itself versus going after the rightful parties, because the people making these crimes, and even including inside of my family, my brothers and ties with my brothers and the ties with my dad, and then these people don't care about being like caught up inside of that way. The thing that they care about being caught up within is their own families, their own communities of people, the people that they work for, other people of true intent of being moral people. Still, that's why my coming to find out after so long of this abuse, of where it was coming from and all that, how it was being made, that's legitimately why they needed me dead. It wasn't just a want anymore, it was an absolute all-out need to take my life away, because it would have indemnified their crime, which is why for 2 years, 2+ years, 3 years, I've been dealing with that pain going down my arm, and then it's very concerning to me, but it's very how would you explain that? It's like it's from a long-standing poison and from the chemical attacks that I received, 2 of which completely ignored, the poisoned up way, completely ignored, because they have people within syndicate that you know are in lines of corruption. They don't want to allow you to your love life or to love and be loved in return. They want to be able to take that away, take away every avenue of friendship, community, love life, work life, anything you can do for yourself in an organic fashion, so that you're unable to actually have supporters, people there for you, or people that are just willing to listen to you, willing to, maybe their networks aren't gamed up. Maybe they have a network that isn't hacked, and they go and put together a campaign, not even suggesting my name, not even suggesting what it's about, but are able to actually utilize their networks to doing that, to then, 2-3 months later get involved and say, this is done. This is why. Whatever they raised, it being enough to not only stop the crimes of the financial abuse that it's led me into, but to be able to take out the mission that I would otherwise be working in. You see, because these people don't have a real mission. Their only mission is to pay people off, bribe people, and manipulate others, unwittingly even, to come against you in your spirit. So everyone has the right to fight for their spirit, whether or not you believe in Jesus Christ or not. I believe that the origination of our bodies and minds and our talents and our gifts come from the Lord. So agree with me to disagree. You either have the right to your own origination of sound mind, being a human being, or you have the right to your origination of that sound mind, being a human being and also a spiritual human being that I believe we all are. So when they want to take that away from people and then ghost up and deflect and minimize and stonewall you and gaslight you and gatekeep their own from finding out the truth, it's to suggest that that's the only thing that they really truly care about. They don't want even a minute of the fight that you've had to fight through 40 plus years. They can't handle it. They can't handle 10 minutes of it. They can't handle 10 days of it. They can't handle a year of it. They can't handle any of it. So that's why they moved to need me dead, so that I wouldn't be able to speak out. And now that I am speaking out, it's to suggest through different avenues that they're taking away my time and energy and resources just to be able to be in a healthy body in any kind of way, so that I can take out a real mission, so that I can make my own creative efforts in a different fashion to this. Because that's what it would be. It would be a funnel system on top of my own creative values for a love life, or my own creative passions for just music in general, music and poetry, writing, not to the levels of gang stalking deliverance ministries, poetry, music, rap, hip-hop, hyper-pop, metal, you name it. But it's like, it's taken me out of sound mind, is what it has done. And instead of allowing me to be my own investigator in the situation due to a heavy poisoning, they're ultimately saying, no, you don't have that right to even suggest that they were poisoning you at all. No, it's all mental health. Anything that you remember from growing up as a kid, you just had a nightmare. There's no satanic ritual abuse to see here. There's no occultist's design. There's no one following you. Even though people had admitted it and fought through me, even with their own personal love's value for me, just hoping that they could get out of the crime that they got involved in from the beginning. Maybe at the beginning they had wanted to work in that way and didn't care. Just end this guy's life. Fuck this guy. But then after getting to know the guy, or getting to know the person that they're targeting, well, now they're moving in such a way that is to say they feel bad. You can see it in their eyes. You can see it in who they are. You can see it in their character. You can see it in how they walk. You can see it in just everything. You can just see it. You can feel it. That's why, they hate you so bad, because maybe one day as a kid or something like that, you were praying to the Lord and you were asking the Lord because of these things happening to you couldn't see through, or whatever stages of your life, you were basically well, I need to be able to read people and read the room like a book. And though you've always had this sixth sense of being able to read the room and read the room really well, it's a fact that your prayers have not only been answered so that these people can see your light, they know what they're trying to prevent, they know what they're trying to destroy inside the body and mind of a person that is being completely dismantled, right? So if they can get away with dismantling you, they also get away with taking away that ability that you would otherwise have to read the room and to read these people, see clear through that. When they're poisoning you up, they're leaving you in psychological warfare, they're messing around with your financial life, they're messing around with your home, they're messing around with your car, they're messing around with your love life, they're creating your love life. They like legitimately don't want you to have any kind of organic fashion of getting away from their crime. Or they don't want you to be able to get away so bad that they're willing to move in these ways to try and hide, run away, hide behind, the blood cross of Jesus, or however you want to say it, to be able to suggest to other people that, oh no, this isn't happening. It's not happening the way that he's saying it. He's out of his mind. We just got sick of hearing it, or we just got sick of dealing with it. No, it's not the truth, yo. The truth is that your own people, your own kind, and especially 28-year relationship, or with your buddy, or even a 2-year relationship with the girlfriend, or a 10-year relationship with the girlfriend, or even a year relationship with the girlfriend, they would at least be personable enough, and people enough to be able to be there for you and help you figure out these things, instead of just ghosting up, minimizing. They gotta deflect, and stage up for that total discard in their covert, malignant, narcissistic bullshit. But that's exactly what people don't want to see as being the case. They want to see it as oh, he's like something in this DSM manual. This DSM manual means so much to us. We need the cartel involved. Oh my gosh, we can't agree to the Bible. No. Can't agree to spirituality and being moral people. So they don't want to be moral people. They want to disregard you. They want to leave you lost inside of a state of mind because you're being poisoned up. And then these people, when you go in for help and you're in a serious way and you're having a heart attack and your heart's dropping to zero and you're literally feeling like your arm is twice its size because of the fucking stuff going on inside of your body, that your body is trying to repel. Your body is trying to get rid of it. Anything that's to do with the chemical, anything that's to deal with the highly toxic metal, any of these soft metals like arsenic trioxide, it's trying to get rid of all the other toxins in the world. Just you're buying stuff to feed yourself with. And, obviously there's a big monopoly there in charge of the cartel, and you drink Coke and suppose there's chemicals inside of Coca-Cola Classic that makes you a smoker. Coffee being aiding parasites in your stomach for things that help with disease, just manufactured disease. So you're oh, you're going in for this and that, you're sick, blah blah blah. But then they don't want to do anything to the physical level to determine what those metals are. They'll say that you have a higher than normal level of metal, of a metal in your body, but they won't determine what it is. Is it mercury? Is it arsenic trioxide? What is it? Because these things would actually prove the point that you're trying to make. And so regardless of what these people want to move like and what they want to do, they're being completely disingenuous. They have no availability for you to be able to move in any kind of different fashion. So the things that they're trying to do is just get away with the crime, and so much so that they bleed into corruption on high levels, very, very sadistic, sad levels. Like, a sadist in and of itself is consuming that that demon. Whether it be a girl with a Delilah, a Jezebel, a spirit of the enemy lying, a spirit of the enemy to say and suggest, I'm so reverent to the Lord, but are just going to be gaslighting you with the word, not there for you, not to come to consensus of what to pray for with each other, because that's multiplication, that's addition. Anything else that creates that schism is exactly what they're after, because they can't suggest that you can see through this crime, because if you see through this crime that's happening to you, then they're fucked. Then their families know. Then their kids know. Then possibly their workplaces know. And it should go to their workplaces. Like, for an example, Jesse working for a long-term care group. Long-term care group should be like, I'm sorry, but you are a fucking asshole, and you are literally a criminal. You are a criminal, and we don't employ criminals here to this attempted type of way that we believe and we see happening now. Even if there's all sorts of corruption all across the board, their place of power, their place of positioning someone inside of a job like that, should be able to see these crimes, and then because the state of the police isn't allowing it to get to those levels, the state of the art of their warfare isn't allowing it to get on the news or get journalism, get support in that way. So if they're not able to get that support, if the target isn't able to get support in that way, then they can't get through their own normal day in a normal way in any kind of organic fashion. If you don't have the right to your own organic mind, live your life in an organic fashion without stingrays, hacks, being misaligned all the time, having your accounts taken over, having your accounts meticulously taken down, just one thing after another. They're aiming at your love life, your work life, anywhere else that they can, in order to indemnify their crimes. Because if it does get to those levels and does reach someone with heart, then they're fired. You're done here. Bye. Which is what it should be. So anyway, I gotta get a couple bags inside here, and it's just no avenue of my life being lived right now has any availability of its normal, organic, sound mind of self-control, of life control, operational control, performance control, with work life, with love life, with anything, because they're inorganically creating all of this extra stress inside of my life to suggest that I don't have the right to reach out for better in my life, when I absolutely do. Anyone absolutely does. So with them taking away my network, having me start over and start over and start over and start over, and then controlling my life in that way, gaslighting me in my own home, stopping my work from being an organic fashion, they're inorganically allowing my money to dwindle this way. Not go upward. Not in any way like this, upward. No, they need you straight up flattened. They're like driving that steamroller right over you, and then they're putting it in reverse, and they're driving it in reverse. And they're putting it forward, pulling it forward over you. They're just running back and forth all over your life. Just let's make this car go away. Like, I don't know. But either way, that's the type of crime that it is. And if you don't have any way to your own organic life, your own organic mind, your own organic love life, your own organic relationships, your own organic way that you would perform inside of your own house with the money that you would otherwise have, because they're staking it away, they're stealing your NTF money, they're stealing away your actual money, they're stealing away your ability to money, and then they're stingraying your accounts so that they can steal away even your gig app money. So fuck these people. Anyway, thanks for being here. I appreciate your support. Peace. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I know I'm trying to.